Cancer, what is going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Deborah with Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is your end of December reading at Purusha Intuitive. Welcome to the channel. Oopa, lightning. Ooh, lightning strike. Let's see if this pops out when we shuffle. So yeah, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, I really appreciate your time and energy always. We do everything holistic health and well-being, mind, body, soul, spirit. That's why we do I do these tarot readings. It gives guidance and insight into situations that maybe we don't know how to navigate. So I find this to be an amazing, helpful tool. These are general collective readings, so Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You can be a cross watcher. You know the drill. If the message resonates with you, then it definitely means it's meant for you. All right, Cancer, let's get going. Let's see what the energy is. Ooh, self-indulgence. I love that. It's a good time of year to do that. We're at the end of the year. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope things are going well and fluidly despite the chaos. All right, let's go. Okay, so there is something that you are laying to rest. You know that it's done, it's over with. I feel like you've kind of buried the hatchet for yourself. This is old relationship, maybe someone you've been dealing with for a long time, a long relationship, because it does look that even though you've kind of put it to bed, you know, you're still reminiscing about it. You're still thinking about this person, you know, and kind of a little bit nostalgic, and it's forcing you to look at your actions, your choices, and why things are in the way, like in where they're at, right? We all, you know, relationships are hard, right? We have to learn to work with another person. We all have different perspectives as to how things should be done, how the other person should act and behave, right? But this does feel like, you know, this is something that maybe abundance. I love that. It's opening up the door. I feel like, you know, like I said, what happened is in the past. It feels like this is more of a learning opportunity, you know. Obviously, losing relationships is not easy. It's sad, right? Even though we know instinctually it might not be the highest and best for us or what we really want to carry forward. Lots of cards popped out. Jumpers today, guys. Jumpers. Yeah, even if you know this is not what you wanted, the relationship you wanted, there's still a part of you, like I said, that's connecting to the past. This King of Cups, here you are, Cancer. You're observing, you're looking at things. I feel like you're taking a scrutinizing eye to what has been happening, transpiring between you two. Even if you don't have any contact with this person anymore, there still is that value of you, you know, really, like I said, reflecting, reminiscing about this relationship. It might not have been your decision to leave it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I think, you know, the cards just, like, they show us insight, you know, even if we feel so justified in our stance, in our perspective, etc. There still is this element of humanity, right, Cancer? You still have feelings and emotions around it. We all want to be accepted. Rejection never feels good. Even if we are the ones doing the rejecting, it might feel empowering for a minute, right? But then it ultimately, you know, we kind of end up in this Five of Pentacles space. Like, what about me? You know, feeling left out, feeling not seen or understood or heard. And I feel like you're taking a lot of time to reflect on this. This is really beautiful energy for you, Cancer, that healing. It's good. I think that, you know, what I'm hearing is this wasn't an easy thing to move through. but it is silver lining. It is forcing you to heal a little bit more. There's places that you took this relationship for granted, that maybe you weren't valuing it, you know. Yeah, this is like baby energy right here. Not necessarily seeing how maybe you could have shown up a little bit. Yeah, look at all this water, and obviously your water energy. 4 of Cups, Page of Cups, 5 of Cups. So this is a lot about like I said, like not really valuing something for what it brought to the table. You know, Page of Cups energy always reminds me of like, you know, someone who doesn't really know how to navigate relationships. Like they love, they care about this person, they're trying to pursue things, but the follow through is like very, you know, it's just not there. And therefore then there's this disappointment about how things have gone, you know. I don't necessarily see you trying to heal it though. I mean, I think that the value, this again, like that silver lining out of everything, is you do have abundance coming in. And honestly, the more that you reflect, the more you self-reflect on what your part of things were in this dynamic, the more it's actually going to lead you towards that abundance, you know. I think, yeah, I mean, and that makes a lot of sense, because I'm kind of feeling like this isn't over yet, you know. Not specifically like there is going to be, you know, and maybe for some of you there will be, you know, a reconciliation. But I feel for most of you, it's about like having a conversation, talking about things to bring a little bit more stability into the dynamic. But it feels a little bit, Cancer, like you're not super interested in doing that. You know, you'd kind of more like to sit in this energy. Which makes sense, right? Like you have to give yourself space to grieve. You have to give yourself space to kind of, you know, process and move through the loss. But I also feel like you, like I said, it does feel like there still needs to be a conversation between you two. And the longer you take, the more you're going to stay in this energy, right? The more you're going to stay in that energy, and you're not necessarily going to allow for that healing, which it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. You know what I mean? It's just timeline, right? Moving towards this abundance does mean that you have to release and let go. But I think there is this element where you do have to self-reflect, right? You have to look at the places that maybe you were not, you know, giving, like where there wasn't reciprocity is what I'm hearing. I feel like you've tried to become a little bit more grounded. Water energy can be really challenging to navigate through, right? It is what stirs, charges our emotions. And we can totally get sucked into those feelings 100%. And I feel like that's kind of where you're at, you know? You recognize, like I said, you might not have been the one to have end the relationship, but you're seeing that it is over, you know? And that's difficult, especially this time of year, right? When it's all about like family and friends and coming together. But so much of this last year has been about, you know, collectively speaking, astrologically speaking, it's been shifting, you know? It's forcing us to align a lot more with what is the highest and best for us. And sometimes, unfortunately, that means we have to leave people, places, and things behind, right? I love this. This is that, again, that confirmation of that abundance energy. You are stepping into that power. It might not feel like it right now, you know? You might have to like give yourself a little space to grieve and heal. But you're definitely beautiful. You're definitely moving towards a period where I feel like what I'm hearing is like you are learning what you need to learn. You are learning your lessons. You are seeing this for what it is. You are seeing the places that you contribute, especially the more reflection you do. And like I said, as time moves on, and it's putting you in this, yeah, beautiful. It's putting you in this like super powerful space, you know, where you're able to kind of work with the energy a little bit more intentionally. You're putting that effort and hard work forward. And yeah, it's change, it's endings, but there is new beginnings as well. Let's pull a few on who you're dealing with and see where their energy is at. Okay, so you might be with someone who's very intuitive, very receptive. You know, yeah, wow, this is really powerful. So it's, you know, unfortunately, I mean, maybe unfortunately for you, I should say, not laughing about it, sorry. I have like bad reactions, bad timing, you know, but this is someone who, you know, they had to make their own decisions considering the circumstances. This really speaks to someone who has their shit together, essentially, you know. They're looking for their happiness. They're looking for their fulfillment. And whatever was transpiring between you two, there was a disconnect, unfortunately. And, you know, I think like what keeps coming through is they were seeing very clearly how things were, and they had to make a decision based out of that. You know, they're kind of looking for something a little bit more stable, a little bit more grounded, you know. Lots of people involved in this, guys. Yeah, you know, it's a deep connection between you two. This is a sad loss. This is a big loss. But it's something that I'm hearing like the wheels already in motion. I'm not sure that you can, yeah. It's almost like, I just opened the rats. It's almost like too much has been done at this point between you two. You know, it's hard to salvage. It's hard to bring back around. But it's hard because there is this love and there is this connection, you know. And I think you see that. I think you know that. But I think that there's also this part of you, Cancer, that maybe didn't really want to pay attention to that, you know. You wanted to, this talks about you kind of looking more at the material, business, you know, kind of like things outside of the relationship. So it's, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is a little bit of a bummer for the end of the year, but, you know, I think it's about kind of knowing where to put your energy is what this is saying. This does feel like Spirit's kind of confirming over and over again that this is a done deal. Like this is over. Yeah, right there, that rest in peace. And it's really not worth it to like keep rehashing. I know in the beginning I said that there's, again, rehashing is different than self-reflection, kind of seeing, you know, maybe where you contributed to the problems and issues and why the dynamics are in this space that they are. I do think a conversation would help with this person, like just an honest, vulnerable, sit down, because I feel like it's going to help kind of remove a lot of this water energy that is going on. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, like I said, like there's, things got too mucky, you know, especially if you were in long-term relationship. You know, we do things to each other over those periods of time, pain, hurt, betrayal, etc. And this definitely shows that there was a lot of that between you two. I think there was a strong connection. I feel like you guys are kind of on different pages, but there's not communication that's happening. And so it's like, you know, and if you've ever heard, communication is key, right? but unfortunately it's kind of fed to the downfall, and things are where they're at. I don't, specifically see repair, I can pull one more on that, but it looks like I said, you're grieving, you're healing, you're moving on. But yeah, I think that repair, this is, like I said, some relationships are there to grow us in wisdom and understanding, and not specifically meant for our whole life. So I'm sorry, guys. I know this kind of sucks, but I'm sending lots of love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. Know I'm here if you want me to look into your situation a little bit more deeply. I have personal services listed below. If you liked the video, definitely thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let's build and grow the community. I hope you have a fabulous holiday, and sending lots of love and blessings always. Thank you.